Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be Cleveland's future, but one shocking update just dropped. And now fans are asking, is this the Yendi before it even begins?
So when you were in the arena earlier this year, talked about a situation with you and Bron in regard to some comments you made about him and Bronny.
Yep. Angeles, what a night there for the Browns. 30-10 over the Panthers. Shedeur Sanders.
I don't know if I've heard you, and I'm sure you're like everybody else. Everybody comments on Shedeur Sanders.
Left, back pedal, he sets his feet. Look at this window, DJ.
Quarterback
I like the
behind
fact
Dylan Gabriel or the number 3 or whatever the case may be.
Control, operate the whole offensive system from the play call, checks, different things, and then move forward.
Game looked slow for him. That was a big takeaway for me. Didn't look like it was fast at all.
And he talked in the game about how he kind of felt good about the way he handled it, right? The demeanor in which he moved the team and led the team during his close to 50 snaps in the game. All right, let's take you back there to Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, where with the injuries to Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco not playing, it was the Shedeur Sanders show early on here.
Something is going on in Cleveland. And it's not just rumors, it's not just speculation, it's sabotage. That's the word Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe used when he called out Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski for the way he's treating Shedeur Sanders. Think about that for a second. A franchise with one of the most talented young quarterbacks in the league is, according to Shannon, actively trying to make him fail. Not because he isn't good enough, not because he isn't ready, but because they're terrified of what will happen if he actually proves the haters wrong. And here's the twist.
Pretty well. I feel like I got to my decisions, and in some things I could have done better, and different process where I could speed my feet up. So, I'm just thankful for the opportunity. I'm happy, we won, but it's definitely still time to go to work.
Right. Obviously, you're critical of yourself. I think a lot of people at home would think you put on a show. What is the element you want to improve on the most that you said you're thinking you let Pop down on?
I would say definitely getting to that rhythm early. That's something I've been...
He already has that. Let's rewind to that preseason game that lit this whole fire. Shannon painted the picture perfectly, and once you hear it, it's impossible to unsee it. The Browns had an opportunity, the perfect chance to evaluate their future. You've got Joe Flacco, the veteran, but everybody knows exactly what he brings. Solid, steady, predictable. Then you've got two rookies, Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel, both hungry, both fighting for that backup spot. This should have been their moment, but according to Shannon, the Browns never wanted it to be a fair fight. At 1:15, he broke it down with raw honesty. They don't want a controversy. Why does Flacco start the game? We know what he can do. Right there, you can already feel the tension. If Flacco starts, if he gets those opening reps, then by the time Shedeur touches the field, the deck is already stacked against him. Now, let's get to the real sabotage. Instead of giving Shedeur the starters, the legit weapons and protection, the Browns threw him in with practice squad guys, players who were literally cut the next day. Imagine that. You're a rookie QB, trying to prove yourself, and the guys blocking for you, the guys running your routes, aren't even going to be on the roster tomorrow. TJ, Shannon's guest, nailed it with one brutal line. He went into a gunfight with two knives. He gonna lose that every time. And this is where it becomes clear, this wasn't just evaluation. This was intentional. This was set up to make Shedeur look ordinary. But hold on, it gets worse. Think about the 2-minute drill. That's where coaches usually find out what a quarterback is made of. Pressure, urgency, chaos. If you can lead a drive there, you've got something special. So naturally, that should have been Shedeur's chance, right? Nope. The Browns gave those snaps to Tyler Huntley, a quarterback they cut days later. Shannon couldn't believe it. He practically shouted, "Why are you giving a guy 2-minute situations when that guy's going to be on the street in the next couple of days? Tell me that doesn't sound like sabotage. Tell me that doesn't sound like fear." And here's the nuclear bomb Shannon dropped at 2:53. If Shedeur take them down there, drive down the length of the field, they win. That game, the fans going to be saying, "Shedeur, our quarterback. Shedeur should be our starter." That's the whole game right there. That's the reason behind every shady decision. They didn't want to risk Shedeur succeeding. They didn't want him stealing the spotlight. Because if he did, if he showed that poise and talent under pressure, the city of Cleveland would have erupted in chants for Sanders. Think about how crazy that is. The organization feared its own fans seeing the truth with their own eyes. At 3:06, Shannon put it as bluntly as anyone could. They didn't want that to happen. And that's the entire scandal in one sentence. They weren't protecting him. They weren't coaching him. They were protecting themselves. They were protecting Joe Flacco. They were protecting Dylan Gabriel. They were protecting Kevin Stefanski's job security. But here's what they weren't protecting: the future of the Browns. And let's not pretend this is just about one preseason game. This is deeper. Shannon pointed out that when Shedeur actually played well, Stefanski looked almost annoyed. Not proud, not excited, not supportive, off-put, cold. Like Shedeur's success was an inconvenience instead of a blessing, but that's not coaching. That's ego. That's fear. And then we get to the owner. Shannon revealed the smoking gun. The owner himself came out and said, "This is not the player I wanted. Shedeur is not my pick." Imagine being Shedeur, 5th-round pick, son of a legend, walking into one of the biggest spotlights of your life, and the man signing the checks is already dismissing you before you even get a real chance. That's not just sabotage, that's betrayal. But here's what makes it worse. The Browns are a quarterback away from being a contender. Shannon spelled it out. With their defense and skill players, they can compete with anyone, literally anyone. And instead of investing in the one guy who could take them there, they're clinging to Flacco and Gabriel while they stunt Shedeur's growth. Hook for audience. How insane is that? A team one piece away from greatness. And instead of handing the keys to the future, they're hiding him in the garage. Shannon compared it to what's happening elsewhere. Look at Jackson Dart in New York. Fans are already demanding he start. Look at Anthony Richardson. People said he was a project, but he was thrown out there week 1. Sink or swim. And Shedeur, who's polished, who's got the arm, the leadership, the swagger, can't even get a fair shake. That's not football logic. That's hypocrisy. And let's talk about his talent for a second. TJ made it clear. Those aren't easy throws. He was throwing BBs. That's arm talent. That's not developmental project stuff. That's NFL starter stuff. On top of that, Shannon reminded everyone that Shedeur gets it. He knows the cameras are always on. He knows every sideline moment matters. That's what franchise quarterbacks understand. That's what leaders do. So, why is there so much pushback? Why the cold shoulder? Confidence. The truth is, it's not about ability. It's about the way Shedeur carries himself. He's confident. He's got swagger. He's got that primetime DNA. And insecure people hate that. Dion said it best. Don't let my confidence offend your insecurities. And right now, Cleveland is full of insecurities. But here's the thing. That confidence isn't arrogance. That's preparation. That's years of work. That's growing up under the brightest lights and being ready for the moment. And let's be real. Every pro athlete has confidence. TJ said it himself. Every athlete at this level has the utmost belief in themselves. That's how you survive in the NFL. That's how you succeed. And when you're in the AFC North, going up against Burrow and Lamar twice a year, you need a quarterback who can stand toe-to-toe. Flacco isn't that guy anymore. Gabriel isn't that guy. But Shedeur, he has the tools. He has the confidence. He has the upside. Shannon put it perfectly. Being a quarterback is like being in med school, like being a neurosurgeon. It's the hardest job in sports. You need intelligence, toughness, leadership. And Shedeur checks every box that he's shown it in college. He's shown it in preseason flashes. Most importantly, he's shown it in how he's handled this situation with pure class. Hook for audience. Ask yourself if he can handle sabotage, disrespect, and politics this gracefully. What do you think he's going to do when he finally gets unleashed on Sundays? Asterisk, and that's why this whole situation is so frustrating. The Browns aren't just wasting time. They're wasting talent. They're wasting opportunity. They're sabotaging their own future because of fragile egos and short-term fear. Kevin Stefanski is worried about control. Ownership is worried about pride. And in the middle is Shedeur Sanders, who's ready, willing, and able to lead. And Shannon nailed it. If Stefanski wins with Shedeur, his job is safe for life. But instead of embracing that, he's pushing it away. Here's the bottom line. Shedeur Sanders is going to be a star. Whether it's in Cleveland or somewhere else, his time is coming. And when it does, the same people holding him back right now are going to look foolish. The Browns think they're protecting themselves, but all they're doing is proving Shannon Sharpe right. They're scared, they're insecure, and they're sabotaging their own future. So what do you think? Is Cleveland burying Shedeur Sanders out of fear? Or are we watching the biggest rookie QB conspiracy in NFL history unfold in real time? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear from you. And if you believe Shedeur deserves better, if you're tired of the mainstream spin, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and stay locked in. Because this story is only getting bigger. So what do you think? Is Cleveland really sabotaging their own future by holding Shedeur Sanders back? Or is this the biggest rookie QB conspiracy we've ever seen in the NFL? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. I want to see where the real fans stand on this. And if you're tired of the mainstream spin, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and ring the bell, because we're the only ones telling you the truth they don't want out there.